Hello, hello, hello.
What's up, fam? How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm having a great Thursday. We've got some tour championship golf on. We've got some great new links videos out.
Yeah, right. How do we feel about the Tour Championship handicapping? Like, is it make it more fun, less fun? Doesn't matter. Like, I don't know how to feel about it yet. I mean, I know I've watched it multiple years, but like this year, I'm reevaluating it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. I think it's the best they can do with what they've got, right? There has to be some, bonus or benefit for
Mm-hmm.
performing and getting ranked. And I think that, you know, barring some type of brilliant Web3 implementation by the tour. I think that it's the best solution we have today is to handicap it. But I'm sure somebody will come up with something on chain that'll be better in the future.
That's probably true. Um, yeah, it's just weird. Other sports don't. I guess you get a buy. Like, should it be more like? It would almost be more fun to me if it was a bracket. It was like 32 two best players. Obviously, they thought about this, and I don't work at the PGA Tour, but like a bracket, and then you get a first round bye. If you're in the top, whatever, and then it's just like single elimination tournament all the way down. Like, I just feel like that would be more exciting than what we have now. I don't know. Just not into it.
What do you think, Chris?
We talking tour championship formats?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the primary downside for match play is, or at least kind of what I hear, is that it's harder to do in a good for TV format.
Sure.
Or it's tougher for TV, right? Too much dead time if there's only one on the course and so on, which I get. But I agree with you, though. It feels like it would have more juice if it was just straight up elimination in some form or fashion, whether that's match play or whatever else. The like shadow leaderboard thing on the final week of the year is always a little tough for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get these guys playing more match play anyway.
We do. The elimination of Dell match play. I go nuts for March Madness. Just looking at the calendar, it's not that far. I think bracket style seeded play would be really cool.
So, I mean, my entire 2-year cycle just revolves around waiting for the Ryder Cup. So it's like, have y'all heard? I think it was Solly, maybe it was Neil at No Laying Up. They were talking about better ways to prepare, and they should have the Walker Cup team, maybe even the Curtis and the Solheim Cup teams and the Ryder Cup teams meet like once a quarter. Obviously, it'd be impossible to figure out with schedules. Once a quarter, don't even televise it, but just have them play against each other to especially get better at old shot. You know what I mean? And I'm 100% behind that proposal, and I would pay pay-per-view to watch it.
I'm sold. That sounds great.
Logistics, details, whatever.
Sure. It's all solvable, right?
Sure.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for being here. Really excited for another Community Thursday. Thanks for folks tuning into Quiz House. We had a good competition on Tour Championship. Biggest news I have for you is that Chad Mumm from Full Swing is going to be here next week. Tune up on your Full Swing trivia. We'll have a great Quiz House with some cool prizes starting at 7:30. Yeah, keep sharing the content, get the word out, invite your friends. It's going to be a great live call, and I do have our question form. If you have any questions to ask for Chad, it's right there in the chat. Fill that out. Please, Mark. Be happy to have you up on stage. It's going to be a great time. Excited to have Chad up here next week. We also have another special guest the following week on 9/12. It's going to be a fun time. And if you haven't yet signed up for fantasy football, we have that purring away in the fantasy channel. So go ahead and ping in there. We can get you set up with a league. Have a good time on that front. with that, I'll kick it over to Mr. Senor to talk a little bit about product.
Let's do it. So main thing, punch pull, still learning a lot, still wanting to get feedback, still wanting to see people use it. We've had, increased people using it this past week, which is great to see. Really fun conversations in there, very positive environment. We're in an election year, y'all. Even the golf world is fractured. Don't you just want a place to go and just have some good conversations about golf? And that's what the patio is. So take a look if you haven't yet. Thank you. Keep using it. And we'll continue to learn as far as, what we should do next with it. We also, and I'm sure Cooper, you can talk more about this kind of in the context of how it will work, but we did build some kind of updates to how referrals work, specifically kind of awarding different types of points based on the kind of people signing up. So more to come on that, but that was something that we got done this week that will be exciting to see because frankly, there's bigger memberships, smaller memberships. And, if you refer someone to one of the bigger or smaller memberships, you should get a reward for that. And then we've also been working on something really exciting kind of in the background. Had a hackathon last week. Not ready to share much about it yet, but pretty soon in Alpha Channel, we will be releasing a sign-up form for the first Links app. It's going to be a little bit different than what you might be expecting. It's not going to be just, Clubhouse on mobile, but we've been playing around with something that we think is really fun to play with. And we think y'all will find it fun too. So when we're ready to get that in external test flight, we'll share a form and you'll all be able to sign up and play around with it. And just like Patio, give us feedback, tell us how it's working, how it's not working, and how we can make it better.
Awesome. And speaking of Patio, Mr. Senor, do you want to announce the pick of the week?
Yes. Yes, I'm happy to do that. So each week we go through and we look and see kind of, pick out one of our favorite posts. It might be a touching one. It might be a funny one. It might be an enlightening one. Chris has, been posting, trying to get feedback on what kind of coach you should go after. We've had DJ McCaffrey looking at tips on playing in Vegas. But I think the one that stood out to me the most really represented for me what this community is sort of capable of doing. And so Elfez did a post. I'll share it, Cooper, here with you in the chat. If it'll take my link or not. Let's see.
Yeah,
all right.
It
Did work.
Is listed in Discord.
Awesome. Great. And he's talking about his own background and sort of just like how he's come to the game and wanting to let other people sort of go through a similar process. So worth reading it. Great photo. Just to me, it really touched me. Not to sound corny, but just like we all come from golf from different backgrounds and in different ways, and all have sort of different journeys, but it's really always cool hearing these stories about what golf means to people and how we get to meet all these people through the community. So that was my favorite post of the week. There were obviously some bangers, but that was the one that stood out to me the most.
Awesome. We'll get Elfez that Pro Shop credit right away. Keep posting on Patio, and you're getting rewarded with some Links gear as part of the process. So stoked about that front. And of course, the dynamic referrals will also be really, really cool. So keep it up. Excited about this special app. I've seen it. It's really great. And I think, like you do, that it's going to be really fun for everybody to play with. No pun intended on that front. Mr. Bruce, golf course time. What do you got?
Yeah, so what do we got going on? Lots of stuff. Maybe I'll start with events. So a bunch of awesome events coming up. We are kind of either sold out or closed for basically everything coming up on the signature event side and the Bay side of things. We've got actually this weekend the first member guest at Spay Bay, which is going to be a ton of fun to watch. I'm jealous I'm not over there, but it looks like it's going to be some awesome pairs events, some great prizes that they have going on. So keep your eye on social channels and stuff for people sharing photos from that. It's going to be a ton of fun. Then we've got a Ryder Cup event coming up in October, which is now teams are set. I think we're going to have a little more content coming out on that front too. So that's going to be a ton of fun to kind of gear up for over the next couple months. And then, yeah, we have some great signature events coming up on the U.S. side. Bayonne, Philly Cricket. We just wrapped up some at Hollywood and Kingsley Club. So some great courses that people are getting to play through the signature event series, which has been super fun. Those are sold out, but stay in the Discord. If you had your eye on one of the events that's still coming up, sometimes we do get last minute spots opening up. So you can keep your eye out for that and try and grab one last minute if one of those was on your radar. So that's the signature event series, and then we will be announcing more on the 5-iron event series where we'll be taking it across the country. More details to come on that one. There's been a lot going on the events front, which has been a ton of fun. And then course-wise, so we have been cranking away on U.S. course priorities, both the Midwest and Southeast options. Some good meetings and back and forth this week. We're still cranking away on both and aiming to share more soon. We also had some really good leads I thought I'd come across. We had a couple great submissions from the community. Another one thrown out on Twitter. Some really interesting ones getting thrown out. So constant reminder to, if you have, course that you think is interesting or one that's going to market or you have some intel on, always reach out, use the recommend course form or, just reach out to someone on the team. We're always looking for other interesting stuff going on out there or coming to market. And then lastly, you may have talked about it already, Coop, because I joined a second late. I was quelling a rebellion with my kids in the house. Sorry about that. But we shared earlier today in the Discord, but we just put up a little video. The first holes played on the reversible routing at Spey Bay. So as you all know, we did a bunch of work to take out a bunch of course last winter. The full reversible course is not there yet. We have more work to do, but just kind of by virtue of the work that was done last winter, it's now opened up the playing corridors to play a smaller loop of holes closer to the clubhouse in reverse. So we actually did that for the first time and shot a little bit of video. We got some drone shots kind of explaining what's going on. You can get an actual look at the course and some of the angles and everything when we played a few holes. So that's up on YouTube. Definitely give it a watch. I've really enjoyed the video that Greg put together because I think it kind of puts it together nicely. And for folks that haven't been across the pond or haven't been recently, it gives it a really great look at that, see everything that's going on. So definitely check out that video on YouTube. Coop just shared the link. It's a really good watch.
Awesome updates. And again, shout out to the whole team, CDP for the design, Mr. Senor for the camera work and editing, Chris for hitting much better golf shots at that stage of our trip than Greg and I could hit out there. But yeah, really fun spot. Tune in on that front. And yeah, with that, let's share the wheel of names and get the spin going here. Remember to post your scores on time to be eligible. Let's spin it. Wow, there we go. Love to see it. Steven, congratulations. Awesome. Good stuff there, and I've just received confirmation as well that we are going to be having a watch party live stream of the Tour Championship Friday through Sunday here in the Discord. So we'll have that channel set up and we'll tune in tomorrow morning I think the tee times are around 8 or 9 a.m. and we will get that going. So if you want to tune in on your phone, on the go, or you're just hanging out at home, want to watch with some fellow Links members, we'll have that there. And there may or may not be Discord XP associated with showing up to that. So hope to see you all there. With that, guys, call it a wrap. Have a great Thursday, and enjoy the Tour Championship weekend. Tune in for Chad Mum next week.
Think about your ideas to replace the Tour Championship.
That's right.
As you're watching the Tour Championship.
Yeah, please do. See y'all.
Happy Thursday, everybody.
Good night.
Good Labor Day.